Okay, hello everybody. Great to hear you, see you. Before we get started, I just want you to tell me if what you're hearing and what you're seeing actually links up. Does it work? How's the audio? I mean, I'm seeing that I'm pretty okay. I could turn it up slightly. Hey, check, 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 check. Okay, maybe like that. Is that a little bit better now? Mic is too low. Someone is saying sync is good. Mic way too low. Okay, let me know if it's a little bit better now. Okay, so I'll tell you what was... Okay, perfect. Everything's synced now. So I'll tell you what was going on. If you've been familiar recently on the channel, I've done some upgrades. So I've got some really cool things. Firstly, I'm using Rode Wireless Pro. So this little guy over here. So that is, this little red light is actually meaning that it's a recording, but I don't need the recording. But it's sending the audio wirelessly to, okay, how can I show you this without pulling it out? Come on, come to the shot. There it is, okay? But the thing is, I had it set on settings, the receiver, that it splits the track. So it sends, because you can get two receivers, like this over here. The other one is in the box, okay? So it sends one and the other to separate channels, left and right. So later on, I could actually separate the tracks if I wanted to on camera or whatever. But if I'm doing live stream, I should actually have it merged rather than split. I wish there was an actually easier way to do that, because that is one of the downsides. Interview kit is nice. Yeah, the cool thing is I could... Shall we try if we could do that live? Yeah, I could actually interview Pro. Okay, I'll show you some cool thing. Let's see if we can do that live. Before everybody else comes in. So I have got Rode Interview Pro in here, right? So if I turn this on, let's see, there we go. So now it's turned on. And if I go to my receiver on here, wait a second, which one is connected right now? Okay, we'll connect to channel 1. Okay, it's pairing, and now I press 1 here. Check, check. Okay, so as you can hear, now the Wireless Pro is connected. Okay, can you hear it now? Check, check, check. Does that sound better? Check, 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 check. See, both of them now are connected. So I don't know if it sounds weird. Does it sound weird because like one is muted, the other one isn't? But, you know, anyway, really high gain on the handheld. Yeah, but it should be, it should automatically, there should be a limiter in there, auto gain. But basically, I'm going to turn this off now. Right, now it should be back to what it was before. It was bad because I was using both. I was using this microphone and both of these like kind of merged together. But because the Rode Wireless Pro allows me to have two of them at the same time, I could just, the idea is I could have a wireless like podcast microphone here and boom, it would send it into there. But anyway, we're getting a little bit distracted. It's really nice to see you all here. As always, there's some deal sections going on. If you have any questions, tag me at TheckNotice, and then, you know, we can chat. I can see there's already first question. I'm gonna do the first question before we get started now for this live stream. And JFD is saying, what are your thoughts on the 9070 XT, good alternative to NVIDIA? Here's the thing. I actually signed the embargo and I heard every single bit of the information before the 9070 XT got launched. But guess what? I don't know where my GPU is. I don't know where the review unit is. I don't know. AMD doesn't know either. AMD says that it should have arrived probably like a month ago now. No, how many weeks has it been? It should be here already. Which means that I'm wondering if people, or, you know, the company who was supposed to send it to me, because AMD has to use like an AIC partner to send it to the likes of like media outlets. I'm wondering if they know something about the card that I don't. Okay, so I don't know. Oh, what's this on the left here? Someone is asking. A Circuit Fever. This over there is the world's most expensive CPU in there. I just filmed the review for it, and saw it pull a lot more than RTX 5090 from the socket. So you know, that's something that's coming up. If you like that, you know. By the way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Okay, the like button is your friend. Hit it as hard as you can. And yeah, it's super nice to see you all guys here. What have you been enjoying on the channel recently? I've done a little bit of everything. Let me know. Yeah, 4-hour drive from AMD in Newmarket, Ontario. I'll go ask where your card is. Yeah, go ask them. Where's the Technotis card? Drizzy is saying, when's the next Best Bang for Buck video coming? I'm especially interested in the higher budget one. I am as well. But I've held out on it a little bit. Because the thing is, when we get to the high budget, there's one problem. GPUs. As you probably well are aware of. When we get to the higher end, it's right now the GPU and stuff, what's going on. It's really hard to recommend anything, especially because of the availability and NVIDIA jargon and all the stuff that's going on. So I kind of haven't made the last update for the two higher ones. So I'm kind of saying go with the previous one because it's still pretty good. But because the prices are all over the place, you know, it's kind of that. But let's try to get some of these deals through. If you're new here and you don't know how this works, if you're not familiar with my deals section videos, basically how this works is I have checked through Amazon listing of a bunch of CPUs in this video. We'll focus on CPUs only. All the links are in the description below. If you want to save yourself time, go check them out. Every single one of those CPUs is not a fake deal. You might have seen fake news, fake deals, and this is not one of them. This is real stuff in there that is the lowest that it has ever been. In fact, I actually added some of these deals, in all honesty, where the pricing has been within a couple of dollars, $5 or something like that, the lowest it has ever been. So if you want to pick any of those up, the links are in the description below. They are affiliate links, no extra cost to you. I get a small commission from Amazon, but that helps this channel, you know, keep going. So this is win-win-win. You win, you get a good deal. I've saved you time searching for the deals. I get a little kickback, and Amazon gets, you know, the sale through that. So the way I have tested these is I've looked through the pricing history and made sure that the pricing what they are on the sale right now is actually the lowest they have ever been. So, hello. Now then, let's start from AMD. We'll get this one off. AMD. So there's lots of different CPUs on sale. We'll do AMD first. There's the Ryzen 5 5500. Super cheap right now, but if you're looking to build, I don't know, something, then it could be interesting. This is an AM4 platform, so it's not particularly amazing, but you know, the coolest thing is the Ryzen 9000 CPUs are the lowest they have ever been, every one of them. Check them out in the description below. But this 12-core 9900X is $370. It's the lowest it's ever been. Amazing CPU. I've got a review actually available for this. It's members first, so if you're not a member, you can see it at the beginning of April, but members have already seen it if you're interested how this performs compared to Intel or something like that. Then we've got previous generation 7600 6-core CPU, Ryzen 5. This is not particularly, I don't think, this was one of those that was almost the cheapest it has ever been. Yeah, look at that. The cheapest it was on Black Friday deals was $179. So it's within 5%, or like, sorry, $5 of the lowest it has ever been. So This one with a kind of grain of salt. 9600, 6-core one, lowest it's ever been. 8500G, it's an APU. So if you want, well, actually the Ryzen 9000, 7000s are APUs as well because they've got a little integrated graphics, but this is a little bit stronger integrated graphics there. And do you actually get a cooler with this as well? You shouldn't. Yeah, they do send you the Bright cooler as well. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. And like you see on the thumbnail, 19950X. This is the cheapest it has ever been. 16 cores, 32 threads. Fantastic CPU. Look at that. If you're an AMD platform or creator, definitely worth looking into. 5700G 8-core CPU. Now, this is interesting because I just filmed a very interesting video on Friday about a desk upgrade setup, and we did this for a guy who's got arthritis, and the whole point of this was to kind of stand desk and make the whole setup new. But the cool thing is I used a PC in there that is a very special under desk PC that has this CPU inside there. Let me see if it's available on Amazon here. Does anyone, firstly, before I go on Amazon, does anyone have a guess what PC I'm talking about? Anyone know, has anyone heard this yet? An under desk, completely passive, silent PC that has a Ryzen 7 5700G on. Anyone got any idea? Anyone? Has anyone heard of this? Okay, don't cheat, don't Google this yet. Okay, just out of your brain, you know, purely, do you know what's going on? Let me know. Under desk PC, anyone? I'll just type this in. I know, I forgot the name. Reggae 120, come on. It's not on Amazon. Come on, anybody know what CPU I'm talking about? No, Wirehead, I don't think you've seen them. No, it's not building one. It's not like already where you have to build them underneath the desk. This is an actual thing that you can buy. The table PC wasn't, okay, this is interesting. So maybe people are misinterpreting what I'm saying here. So this wasn't a PC that we built inside the desk. It is a PC that you can attach to the desk and make any desk a passive PC desk. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, anyone? Anyone? Okay, anyone? I'll show you now. Boom. So this is here. It's called Arctic. Arctic, you've heard of Arctic, right? But they have a sensor under desk PC. So basically, this little guy here goes underneath the desk. You just screw it in, boom. You've got the front I/O that goes closer to the front, like perhaps where your buttons are, you know, where you go up and down on this. And then you have front I/O, you know, USB-C, USB Type A. And then look at this 5700G. You can have that. The G Pro, that don't really need that. But it's a really cool way how you can just make any desk. Let's see some pictures here. Can you just go on the side? I don't want you up here. Ugh, just price always there. Okay. Let's see, boom. Oh, there we go. Underneath the desk, look. Looks like that. It's really, really cool. Anyway. It was really cool. And it's weird using that PC when you turn the PC on, you're like, you just got a keyboard and mouse and you're looking on the screen, and then everything that you can hear, you usually, even when you're on a laptop, on a Windows laptop, on a PC, you can hear the fans. But this is completely silent. It doesn't make any sound at all. It's so weird. Just very, very weird. And that was really, really cool thing. Hopefully this is going to be released this week. This was like one of the coolest videos I feel like I've worked on in the last month, just because we were able to do something different and have two things integrated, and there was lots of cool things there as well. And then next CPU, there's some Intel CPUs as well. So Intel Core Ultra, the 7 one, is on a deal. This is the lowest it's ever been, 265K. By the way, it's the same videos out there already on a review if you want to check them out. Core Ultra 9, so this is one of those things where it's the lowest it's been, but it kind of hasn't gone down from there. It's a little bit expensive. As you can see, that AMD Ryzen one was a bit more expensive, but for some people you need Thunderbolt 5, for example. This is the one. This is not the 285K, this is 285, okay? Interestingly, it goes 100 megahertz lower than the K. 285K, 2.7 gigahertz there. OEM back box. I hope this is not a scam. Who sells this? Amazon. Okay, then it's not. Because sometimes they say box, you know, like on eBay, and you just get a box. But on Amazon, even if you get scammed, you just send it back, say, hey, nothing was in there. 265K F. So this is the F version of this on a sale. 12600K. I think this is actually one of the best deals for creators. If you want to get started, the LG 1700 platform right now, I feel like, especially for video editing, is still one of the best platforms you can get. 12600K, only $148. That's ridiculous. The lowest it's ever been. It's still really, really good CPU. Very power efficient. Absolutely amazing. And 245K F. So this is Ryzen 5. So now I found some very interesting Ultra 5, well, Core Ultra CPUs there as well that I have not heard of, or I didn't know that existed. So this is Core Ultra 235, not 45, 35. It's still Core Ultra 5, and it's P cores. So we have 6 P cores, 8 E cores, and I think you just get kind of lower gigahertz processor, but it's a little bit odd. 245K, so this is the Ultra 5. 225F. Okay, so again, this is only 6 P cores and 4 E cores. So it's kind of like the 12600K, but in a new Core Ultra 5 package where you get a little bit better, well, F, so means that you don't have iGPU in there, which is a little bit sad, but it still only goes to 4.9 gigahertz, which is the same as the 12600K, but a lot more expensive. But you get Thunderbolt 5, so I don't know, it's a bit weird. 225, so this is not the F variant. Wait a second, what was this again? The F variant, okay, the non-F variant is a little bit more expensive, but I would recommend this one for creators because the iGPU is really, really powerful actually on the Core Ultra ones. 12700KF, there we go, $155, cheapest it's ever been. If you pair it up with Core, like Arc, then it's probably worth it, but if not, then it's not. The same 12700KF, I would like to have the K, but it's, you know, $40 roughly, a bit more expensive. So, you know, go with this one if you pair it up with Arc, if you want to get Intel QuickSync. Okay, so these were the CPUs. Let's have a chat. Let's see what's happening. Reggae 120 is saying, same company that makes the fans, right? Yes, it's the same company that makes the fans. The one that make really good cooling stuff, like the Arctic Freezer coolers, are really, really good. Any professional sectors would be today? What do you mean, any cool professional sectors? Like, oh, you mean like Threadripper Pro? Is that what you mean? Likes jacket, yeah. It looks a bit like, what's the series called again on Netflix? Someone commented. Oh, you know, oh yeah, okay. Threadrippers. Let's check out the Threadrippers as well. I'll take some questions. Is the Ryzen 5 7600X with 4070 a good mid-range? Yes, depending. Skyuler, what are you doing with it? Are you using it for video, photo? What are you doing? If you're doing photo, pretty good. If you're doing video, then probably try to go with the 8-core version. Werewolf is saying, building a 3D modeling rendering workstation, which CPU should I get? Ryzen 9 7950X, Ryzen 9 9900X, or Ryzen 9 7900X. The 7950X is the most powerful in terms of multi-core performance in there, depending what you're trying to do as well. So if you're working on viewport like active modeling, you know, like you're moving a model around or something like that, often that is a single core performance, and for that the 9900X is the best. If you want the rendering performance, then the 7950X is the best one. Cool VFX says, yeah, the 7950X is the most powerful one out of there, but it feels a little bit more expensive than I would have thought. Let me see what I can see it on here right now. Yeah, I'm not sure why is it $588. Where are you watching from? Is it Australia or something? Because I can see it on Amazon right now for $460. So I'm not sure what's going on in there. Skylar is saying videos and gaming. If you go in videos and gaming, then try to go with maybe 13600K. I know this is an Intel platform, but you would have a lot better video editing performance. Macedonia, Europe. Ooh, yeah. Okay, it's expensive. 7950X. It's that much more expensive than I think the extra $150 for 7900X is probably not worth it. So probably go with that one. Yeah, for the price, the 9900X is better actually. Russell Teddy is saying, is the 14900K safe? And the answer is yes, just update your BIOS. Granata is saying, found Ryzen 7 7700 for $150 to $180 on AliExpress with a lot of sales and good reviews. Is it a good deal? If it's real, it's a good deal. Just enable PBO and basically it's 7700X and boom, Bob's your uncle. Arctic Asha is saying, what is the best video editing CPU for $300? For $300, I think we're going on to the... Can we get... What is 3900K price right now? No, expensive. Okay, for $300, I would say the best video editing CPU is the 14700K. It's $330, so it's 10% more expensive. But for video editing, nothing really comes close. It wipes the competition. Reggae 120 is saying, just got the iPad M3 Air, 256 gigs of storage, need more storage, already have a hub, but good flash drive for files. Which do you recommend? I recommend making your own, okay? Make your own drives. If you don't know how to do that, you go on to, you know, type in Tech Notice, Apple Storage Fix, and then check out this video, and I'll show you there how you can make your own, depending how big you want it. That first one, what you see in the B-roll, that might be an interesting option for you as well. 1776 is saying, I took your advice on the Asus Z690 stroke Strix A mobile for my girl system. It's a great mobile, pairing it with 3080 Ti, 64 gigs of Dominator. Very nice. I'm glad it's working. Nice to see you here on the chat, by the way, as well. Thank you for all the artist focus test. Absolutely no problem. Believe me, you signed up for that, and I ain't giving you anything else. If you see gaming on this channel, you probably should call, you know, some help, because I've lost my mind. So that's that. Chris, hello member Chris, is saying, Core Ultra 7 at $300 right now. Then probably go with that one. Werewolf is saying, how about a new box i7 14700K? Got a very good deal. It's $455. Yeah, it's good option. Werewolf, have a look as well what the Core Ultra is compared to the 14700K. What's the price there? Burak Hawk, rate my setup. Go on, lay it all in one message and I'll rate your setup. Oh, do you know what we should do? Oh, I've got an idea. Wait a second. I've got an idea. What we can do here is how do I get okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Does that make sense? Can you see it all right? Is it clipped? Oh, it's a little bit. Okay, let me try to make it a little bit smaller. Still a little bit. Still a little bit small. Oh. Come on. There we go. There we go. Let's see if... Nope. So where was it? Burak. We go back to it. Yes. So Ryzen... Put it this way, then it's a little bit better framing. Okay. Ryzen 7 7900X Pro Watt 47 Super 30 gigs of 5600 megahertz MSI Pro B850P, mainly used for Adobe X, Photoshop, After Effects and Premiere Pro. Okay, very good. I think it's 9700X. Okay, so it's 8 core. Okay. So let's go for the bang for buck kind of route here. I would have probably gone with the 7900X instead of the 9700X. Or if you do purely video editing, because I can see After Effects and Premiere Pro in there. So Premiere Pro, Intel would have been better. After Effects, AMD kind of is better, maybe for some of the tracking and so on. Photoshop, AMD better, so you're doing well. I would say the 32 gigabytes is the lowest kind of bottleneck for you. And I appreciate you going with 5600 megahertz. I know it's the stock settings, so you've listened. You didn't go with 6000. By the way, I recently just did a video on what's the actual difference on the AMD Ryzen 19950X 3D. And then go on Reggae 20, go for it. 19950X 3D, and then I tested the different RAM frequencies because AMD said on the review guide that you should use, or we recommend 6000 megahertz. I said, nah, I'm doing my own way, which was 5600 because that's the stock settings. But then I tested on stock 6000, 6400, 6800 and seeing if I can get even faster RAM and then what the actual difference in applications is. It's coming out early April. Okay, Reggae 20, blast it. Burak is upgrading. Yeah, 6000 megahertz is crazy expensive. Honestly, Burak, you didn't lose any performance. You're completely fine. So someone's saying that my, what does my chat look like? Okay, let me go in here. What do you mean low quality cable? What does the chat look like? I don't get it. Text so poor quality. Because it's only 1080p for that. It's a crop 1080p, so probably because of that. Let's see if I changed it to 4K. Is that going to make a difference? Well, it's only streaming, so that won't make any difference. But at least you can see your own comments there. Okay. Wait a second. What if I did... Oh, come on. There we go. Is that a bit better? Is that a bit better? Might be settings on YouTube. No, on YouTube I'm sending. It should be a little bit more sharper now. What I'm looking at over there. Let me know if it looks a bit sharper. Is it nicer? Yeah, you should be able to see it. So Reggae 20. Where's your settings then? Oh no. Okay, Wirehead. You going next. Right. 14700K. 64 gigabytes DDR5 6000. 97. Ooh, you're running. Hey, look at that. What GPU are you running? 4 terabyte Corsair T500 NVMe, 4 terabytes of SATA SSD, 1000 watt PSU. Wirehead, what are you doing with it? Okay. Jimmy, I will get to this question in a minute. But Wirehead, I need you to answer what you're doing with your system. Jimmy, I will do you first. Here's the problem with the 5090 Founders Edition in Europe. The thing is, it's basically out of stock everywhere. Okay. So I've been speaking with NVIDIA, just a little bit of behind the scenes, just so you know. And let me see if I can get this on, just so I can check. In the UK, there's basically no stock, okay? Because I'm trying to do this ridiculous build with this, and I need a few more 5090 Founders Editions. I'm not asking for them, I'm asking to loan them, okay? I'm gonna send them back. But we just need them for a video and nowhere to be seen. Then I contacted my friends from Puget Systems. If you know Puget Systems, they're basically saying that even they don't have enough 5090s to complete the orders. So honestly, even SIs are struggling. It's mental. Arctic Asha is saying, how is Core Ultra 5245K for video editing? Will it be fine on a B860 It's very good for video editing, and yes, it will be more than fine. Cool VFX Puget Systems, yes. Wirehead, you had to bribe a friend at a wholesaler for a dark room to get a Hellhound. Okay, well, I thought the AMD was gonna have stock. What the heck's going on? Yeah, no problem, Jimmy. So, Reggae 20, come on. Finally, we get your system. i7 13700K, nice CPU. Asus B760i, 32 gigs, 5600, running at 6000. Ooh, a little bit, you know, on the scarier side. Not scarier side. Arc Sparkle A770, 4 gigabytes of storage. I think you mean terabytes. I hope it's not 4 gigabytes of storage. Photoshop and OBS. I think you're running really nice system there. For Photoshop, you've got a really good system, and honestly, it's perfect. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything else. 32 gigabytes. You might see that maybe struggling, depend how like mental you go with your Photoshop projects. I always recommend 64 gigabytes because it's not that much different these days. Like 64 gigabytes is cheaper than a couple of years ago, even though it's a lot faster. So it's pretty good. So Christopher here is saying, wait a second, why is it going? No. Hey, how can I get the, what's going on? So, can I highlight this? No. On Christopher H, on a $750 creator PC buying guide, you talk the importance of motherboard and how first you would upgrade the motherboard. Gigabyte B770M and Z790 Aorus. What other options in the EU? Z790 Aorus Elite X still work? And below, yes. So basically, you can go with the Elite X absolutely fine. If you wanting to know like how to find an alternative motherboard, just type in Z790 motherboard and then have a look in there like what's good. You see that some of the like MSI or Asus one have very basic features, but I find that some of the Gigabyte ones offer you like the best option in there. But yeah, that's that. Wirehead, you've got it for OBS, Adobe Cinebench. Well, it's good. I'm just wondering, why did you go with the AMD GPU rather than NVIDIA then, if you're doing Adobe? Kwang Sheng is saying, my girlfriend want to give me RTX 5090 as a birthday gift. Should I marry her? Yeah. 100%. How about i5 12300F with Arc A750 with 24 gigs of RAM, B760 MSI Boomer? It's all right. Does it have one USB 2.0? Is it really one? Let me double check. Oh yeah, it does. There's only one. Goodness me. So if you do have, I guess you have to find a converter or something. How are the temperatures on my Zotac 5090? I can get my hands into the Solid OC version, but I'm not sure whether I should go for it or wait for the Astral or Supreme. Mate, they're absolutely fine. The Solid is perfect. The temperatures are good, very good. Okay, what can I say? If you can get hold of it, it's a fantastic GPU, no problem. Jacob Gago, you had to do a DIY buying a converter and losing USB front panel. Actually, Jacob, if I'm not mistaken, you can split the internal USB 2.0 into two. Just get a separate 2.0, but like a splitter, and then you can get two. Because some of the Asus other motherboards, like the ITX boards, have already a splitter in the motherboard box. So even though they have one on the motherboard, you just split it into two, and you can do it. So maybe you can get your front panel back, just spend a tenner finding that USB 2.0 cable on Amazon. Let's see if we can find it here. USB 2.0 splitter. Oh, look at that. $10 for two. This one is $6, so maybe you want to use that one. Look at that. So, there we go. It didn't work for the Lee and Lee. Yes, I had the same issue. I've had it work with some of the motherboards, but with some of the Lee and Lee, I had the same issue, Jacob. Yes, it didn't work. So Werewolf is saying Ultra 7 265K is the same price in my country as 14700K and Ryzen 9 9900X. Apologize for spamming, but I would go with the 265K Werewolf. So here's a few things. You said that you wanted a 3D. So the multi-core rendering speed on the 265K is absolutely incredible. It's better than the 9950X. And you have better single core performance. So when you're working with models, that's the best one. Plus that one has CPU upgrades if you want to upgrade later. The 14700K is actually, you know, dead platform. And it's going to be cooler, more efficient. Go with a 265K. It's a very good option. So I have an Intel 265K and 2060 Super. My timeline playback is not good. Should I upgrade GPU? Will that solve the issue? What software are you using to play that back? So your main workstation is 12600K, that's Wirehead. Oh, sorry, let's do, Premiere Pro, but what codecs are you using? Do you know? Are you using RAW? Has your 2645? What codecs are you using for that? ProRes. So Wirehead, 14600K, 128 gigs of DDR5. Are you running them at 6,000? Seriously, that's impressive. I've got 128 gigabytes on the 3900K, and we can run it at 5,000. 4 times 2 terabyte NVMe, RTX 5070 Ti. That's a good sweet spot for creators there. Deepcool PX 1220 PSU. I think that's ATX 3.0, not 3.1 if I'm not mistaken. The 3.1 has a better standard, so I don't think it should be an issue for the 57 Ti, but if you were running like the 90 series GPUs, then you want to make sure that your the PSU is ATX 3.1 standard. 24 terabytes of spinning Rust, a Deepcool CH780. 3D production LLMs, fantastic. Aaron Roy is saying, I have a 2600X and a 1660S. I edit videos in Premiere Pro. Which things should I upgrade? My client wants videos in H.265. 10-bit rendering time is too much in my system. Upgrade to Arc A750. That's roughly around $250, something like that. And that should fix your issue. 10-bit 422 H.265. Bag 1. Did I say that right? Bag 1. Go with the Arc A750 and then your system should be fixed again. Let me see where it was. Oh no, you've got Intel 265K. Timeline playback is not good. Have you actually got the iGPU on? Because your timeline playback should be buttery smooth. Okay guys, it's been long enough. It's been about an hour. We're gonna wrap this up. If you have any other last questions, Bag 1 iGPU is on. That's a bit odd. How many frames per second, Bag 1, your frame rate is? Because 265K. That iGPU should like easily play that back even without the GPU, unless you've got a lot of 60. No, it should be still smooth. Do you have color grade on? Do you have heavy color grade on, Bag 1? No, honestly, I would say try to update the drivers, make sure that everything's up to date, because it should run smooth. If the timeline performance is not perfect, then next thing I would do is open Task Manager and then start to see, like, you know, where's the bottleneck? Is it the SSD? I don't know, maybe you're running it on a hard drive, then that would be bad. But it should all go good. Jacob Gego is saying, one last one. I did a lot of real-world tests between the 9950X 3D and 285K. Surprisingly, I decided to go with the 285K, especially the 9950X 3D runs 20C hotter. Good choice. I think so, depending what you're doing, obviously. If you're not doing gaming, I think the 9950X is a little bit of a waste of money for the price point. I think 285K offers you better specs in terms of like creators. You've got Thunderbolt 5, you've got iGPU that's really good. Whatever GPU you're using, you get better codec support. For rendering, it's faster, and so on. Aaron is saying, if I buy a 13500, I keep this GPU because I have other work like 3D rendering, which you pause just on NVIDIA. Yes, if you need 3D rendering, keep the NVIDIA, upgrade the CPU to something that supports like Intel 12th Gen Plus to get that. The 13500 is a good option there. Taval, okay, this is the last question. I need a PC build ASAP. Given GPU shortages, what's the best system now with room for a future RTX 5090? Use case, Adobe Suite, Photoshop, AI, so that's Illustrator, and Premiere Pro, After Effects. Okay, so you're doing kind of mix of CPU and GPU. So what I would go for is okay, Taval. I'm giving you a little bit of a cheeky option here. To probably build a system, because it's Photoshop and you're doing video editing as well. So maybe Intel, like in Photoshop. I mean, there's a lot of creative applications, so I feel like a better option here, or like a bit more safer in terms of capability and support and stability, is probably Intel. If you were doing just like photo editing and a little bit video editing, then I would say Ryzen. Right now, I feel like Intel would be a better option for you. If you want to keep a 5090 in there, I'm not sure if you could utilize all of that in there, but build it around the 285K or 4900K, something like that, right? And for the GPU, just buy whatever is available on Amazon. The cheeky thing would be here to do is, just before 30 days is up, return it, buy something else. That's just available until the 5090 is available, so you can kind of swap things on Amazon. It's very, very cheeky. I'm not sure if you should be doing that, but it's a way how you can kind of keep the GPU going there. The best motherboard for AMD Threadripper 7980X is Asus Sage WRX 90. Actually, you probably don't need WRX 90. Go with this one in here. This is the Gigabyte Aero D TRX 50. That is a mint one. Ludwig. Anyway, like a Liverpool FC retro shirt colors. Yeah, well, appreciate you all. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we went a little bit off topic of all the things there. So, you know, check out the links in the description below if you got to this point. And there's some more videos coming soon, and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for being live here. Just before you go, hit that like button on the way out. Think of this as a handle of a door that you just hit, you know, on the way out. It will help other videos and so on. Great to chat to you guys. I really, yeah, maybe we should do it more often. Should we? Should we not? I see there's only 46 likes right now. Are we gonna get any more? Should we do this more often? Thanks for the tip. Someone just totally just bought a Ryzen 9 9950X 3D. Nice one. Okay. 47 likes. 48 likes. There we go. Okay. We're getting there. Yes, please. Posting more. Alrighty. I appreciate that. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.